Love, exciting and new.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. I've signed that order for release. Good luck.
thank you.
I don't know if this has anything to do with Love Boat.
You know, those are all the matters that we had from Kirkland. The next matter we can address when the court's ready is we do have Mr. Foltz present. This is under cause number 5A0225382. We are here today. Technically, this is still at arraignment status. The court did receive a copy of a competency evaluation from Western State Hospital. I know that the parties have had an opportunity to review that. I assume the court has as well. It is the evaluator's opinion at this juncture that Mr. Foltz is not competent to proceed forward with the criminal matters. His sister is also present, as you can see there on the screen, and I know would like to address the court. I've spoken with her previously.
Address the court first. I fired her 10 minutes after court last time. I have
Yeah,
good
Mr.
reason
Foltz.
to. I don't need two prosecuting attorneys.
Mr. Foltz, I'll allow you to speak, but on my terms and at my time, okay? You can't interrupt anybody.
Yes, sir. I was going to fire my last judge too, so I'm happy to see a new judge.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'll let you know when you can speak. Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Pimentel, go
I'd
ahead.
like a chance to rebuttal anything that's said, though.
And I don't have any objection to the court, obviously adopting the evaluation. I don't believe the city does either. I did want to let the court know.
Coming in
Say
hot.
They said they were going to give it to everybody but me.
Mr. Foltz, one more opportunity to remain silent until I hand it over to you, okay? And you will
I
get it.
apologize.
That's okay. Go ahead, Ms. Pimentel. You can finish.
I'll let the city make their record as well, but I do believe that they are requesting inpatient restoration at this juncture. I have been in contact with the VA as well as he is available, or he is eligible for VA services. Obviously, as the court's aware, they don't typically do inpatient restoration, but they did appear today to meet with him, hopefully to get him set up with some services moving forward. And so that hopefully that bridge that gap today for Mr. Foltz moving forward, but I'll defer to the city.
For number one.
As well.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. No, go ahead.
Thank you. Kit No on behalf of the city of Bothell, Your Honor. I have read the evaluation and we are in agreement with it. We are asking the court, and I believe my supervisor, Mr. Travis Johnson, has uploaded an order for restoration to Western State Hospital. I have spoken with Ms. Pimentel about the VA services.
Medicate somebody for a nonviolent charge.
Okay, so Madam Clerk, can we put Mr. Foltz on mute as of right now, and then we'll unmute you when it's time to speak, okay? All right, sorry, Mr. No, go ahead.
And the VA services does seem very promising. However, they do only do outpatient treatment, and at this time, based on the allegations, based on the behavior, we do find him a danger to, one, not report if he was released, but also to reoffend pending competency restoration if he is released. So therefore, we are objecting to any release, and we do ask that the court sign the order and have him undergo restoration at Western State Hospital. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, and then sister of Mr. Foltz, I'll allow you to address the court, and then Mr. Foltz, it'll be your turn, okay?
I think she just needs to unmute the microphone there. She's present at the courthouse.
You see the little microphone button? If you can click that or have somebody assist you. Madam Clerk, can we do that remotely for her?
I'm sending a prompt here. Okay.
Got it. I should be on now.
You are on now. I can hear you. Okay. Can you state your name for the record and your relationship to the defendant, and then you can make any statement you want.
My name is Kelly Foltz. I'm Daryl's sister, only relative, really. He has an estranged son and also an ex-wife. So he has nobody. And also, this is my first time on a computer in 30 years. This is new to me. I have no internet. He has no internet. It's like, but anyway, thank you for letting me speak on Daryl's behalf. The thing I wanted to say is he does need treatment and meds, and he is cooperative, and he will take medicine if he's prescribed. He just refuses to take Haldol, and I'm sure they tell us all the time there's other things he can take. However, no one will give him anything but a Haldol. So my mission is to request he go to the VA hospital, which he is eligible for. Every place has to have him walk in. We've done everything we can, trying to get the ambulances to take him there. It's kind of my fault. I kind of dropped a year ago when he stopped taking his meds. I kind of dropped taking care of stuff, and that's everything got out of hand. And now I realize I have to step back in and take care of stuff again. But I guess my point is, don't send him to the VA. I'm sorry. That was a complete opposite. Send him only to the VA. And I can give you the reasons why. Do not send him to the Western Washington State Hospital. He's been there before. It does no good, and it's got comes out worse. The reason I want him to go to the VA hospital, which he's never been to before, it's most suited for him. And I feel like if he goes into the hospital, first of all, this is going to jeopardize his housing. He's got a wonderful place to live. He's really happy. His life, he just needs medication, and he's willing to take it. And he is not violent. And yes, anyway, but I don't, anyway, unless somebody, if he's protecting himself, then he will, or protecting somebody else. But otherwise, anyway, I want to say that it jeopardizes his housing. If he goes to the Western Washington State Hospital, he'll lose a great place to live, which is only 2 apartments away from me. And that's important. He would get, if he goes to the VA, they set him up with a case manager, social service worker, everything that he needs right now that you don't get from going to the Western Washington State Hospital. He was dumped by Snohomish County Compass Health System because we moved into a different county. We're in Bothell in King County, which is, we're right on the border of everything, and that causes problems. The VA is the hospital, the mental hospital there is the best fit for Daryl, and it's important he go there. I'm hoping you court mandate it. That we've tried every other hospital already in the 50 years. So he's to me, the Western Washington State Hospital is more of a criminal institution, and he's really not a criminal. He doesn't really commit. He's annoying, and you know, he does a lot of, he can't, it's like he has no self-control on about it, but he's never done anything, no property damage, no personal injury. He doesn't lay a finger on people unless there's justification. And it's kind of my fault as a caregiver person. I'm not his caregiver, but I try to help him. And it's like I kind of dropped the ball, and and that's why a lot of things went bad. And so I have that, I take that responsibility. He has really if we need to keep him in network for his insurance, so we can't, like, there's it's like, it's not convenient for him to be a 3-hour drive away and 3 hours home through bad construction and traffic. I'm elderly and I don't drive well, and it's like, I really am vehemently trying to say, don't put him in the Western Washington State Hospital, but put him in a hospital. And the VA is working right now with us, getting a bed, getting him built into the system. And it may take a couple of days, because I've got an appointment with the person that's taking, the social worker who's working on it. It's difficult to deal with all of the bureaucracy. And it's anyway, needs medical treatment for mental health, definitely. I mean, that's so obvious. And he's cooperative, and it seems like if he's willing to take meds, and they should be but he's just not going to take Haldol. And I feel like that's justified. I've been with him every day of his life for almost 7 decades. He will be good on medicine, but he just doesn't want to take the Haldol, and there's a million reasons why. And I see him being very happy right now. I've seen him in the last year, the happiest I've seen him in almost 70 years. And I'm like feeling bad, because it was like, I kind of know that this could have continued, and it's my fault. So I could have made it better for him. But anyway, I thought and he's pretty remarkably resourceful too, and does take care of himself very well. He's, he's a very exceptional case. So I'm just going to ask, I appreciate that you let me speak, and I'm going to ask that he definitely gets treatment and gets put on medicine, and he goes to the VA hospital only, not any other. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate all that. I do. Okay. Okay, if we can take Mr. Foltz off of mute. And Mr. Foltz, go ahead. I'm going to give you some time to say what you want. The cases are still under pre-trial or at arraignment technically. Accusations are still there. The case isn't dismissed yet. So anything you say, don't say anything about the underlying facts of the case. That's a warning that you protect your own Fifth Amendment rights, okay?
I'm one of the greatest legal minds of all time, no problem.
I appreciate that then. Okay. So Mr. Foltz, go ahead. What did you want me to know?
Okay. I just want to talk about my sister first and then my public defender second. I don't need two prosecuting attorneys, but anyhow, my sister, last time she testified at Connections in Kirkland, she said that I never threatened her, and I never hit her, and I wasn't violent. Okay. But I was so retarded, I couldn't dress myself and might get hit by a car. Okay. And I walked in the place looking like a movie star if you want to see a picture. So anyhow, also, she will testify. She threatens to kill me all the time, and she's serious. Okay. But when I went to court at Connections, they dropped charges before we could cross-examine her. Okay. But yeah, if you want to ask her right now, do you threaten to kill him all the time, and are you serious? She'll say yes. So yeah, you got it backwards. Who's the sick one? So anyhow, okay, and also with her, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting Valium like she does and take as needed, like they prescribed to her. That's that's what I'd like. I don't want to Halo or whatever. And also, the Bothell police committed me to Connections the last 2 times, and they don't have the right to. It says Bothell police commits Daryl Foltz to civil commitment, because the civil commitment people have never said I'm civilly committable. If they've tried it like 6+ times, they always say I'm fine, and they probably even tried times I don't know about. So anyhow, and then also at the jail, okay, at the Connections, I assaulted them twice because they wouldn't let me use the phone, so I threw water on them. I never hit nobody, I threw water on them. And then also they wanted me to take meds. I went, so I threw water on them. And so they go, okay, you're not violent. I'm like, well, if I'm not violent, who is? And then anyhow, they testified in court, and they said, we're not going to accuse you of being violent after I assaulted them twice. Also at the jail, I'm in double digits with assaulting them and being found not guilty by the jail judge. Okay, it's almost immediate, court's procedure. And I go, I want these people to quit filing false complaints against me. I keep winning. I go, they know law. These are false complaints. I want them charged with false complaints. Now I've been assaulting them and breaking rules, and they don't charge me anymore because they're false complaints. So they don't charge me anymore. So anyhow, I have spent 5 years in Solis County Jail plus. Okay. Could have been peeled up, PR'd the whole time or bailed out, okay, the whole time, 5 years, not one day convicted of anything, okay, for different charges. When they say you're, incompetent for court, you don't have the right to a speedy trial. It would take me, like the first time, it took 9 months before I could, go to court after they gave me treatment and stuff for a felony with a 0 to 30 days max penalty. I spent 9 months on the first charge, okay? And back then it would take like 6-7 months to go to Western State for treatment. Now they do it real fast. Even like on this case, when the judge says, I want you evaluated, I go, oh, no problem. I'll go get evaluated. Connections said I was fine the last 2 times I was there in the last month and a half. I'll do an evaluation. I go, you're not committing me, are you? And she goes, no. Okay. And then after court, I find out they're committing me. They're making me held without bail in the jail, okay, to be evaluated by Western State. And plus, I think the civil commitment people came too, and whatever. I'd like to see their evaluation. But I hadn't even seen the evaluation from Western State yet. Okay. I spent like a year at Western State. Okay. And, okay. Their motive is, just like in this case with the 911 operators, is they say, okay, he's crazy or whatever, and, not credible. Because if they say I'm not crazy and I am credible, they're in trouble. That's why I fired my lawyer last time after court shortly. I said, she's great. I saw her in action in the previous trial, and, she did really good, other than her client got like $100,000 fine for domestic violence. I was like, man, he must have almost killed the bitch, but he couldn't even afford the anger management classes at $40, and they cut it to $20, and then gave him $100,000 fine. But anyhow, that's all like the okay, and she has cool eyes. But anyhow, then after court, I go, okay, the 911 people told me it's against the law for them to hang up on me. Okay, and I just said it as a warning shot because I called them like 10,000 times this year alone, and I've been saying that for like 4 months. You know, anyhow, it's probably way more than that. But anyhow,
Couple more minutes, sir. Couple more minutes, okay? Then we have.
Okay. You just stop me anytime you want. Okay. Anyhow, so anyhow, I go ask if it's against the law for them to hang up on me. You know, because when I tried to charge them, they said we don't know if it's against the law. After they said it was. Okay. I go find out if it's against the law, and she goes no. You know, and she's telling me how these victims are so scared of me and I'm going to go away forever. They're trying to put me in prison for life. Okay, because they're threatening me with a serious felony to be named later, as soon as they can make up something. Okay, I'm 66. It's a long story, but if I get 10, 20 years, I'm a dead man in jail or prison. Okay, and I could ramble on, but I want to fire my judge too. But you're not the judge. But I was going to fire her. For other reasons. You want to hear why I want to fire my last judge? After I told you what. Okay.
Firing a judge is not a thing. So.
Okay, but also just one more comment. After I fired my public defender, okay, called her a bitch repeatedly, stupid, fucking bitch or whatever.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Okay, I used to be. It's to say B. But yeah. Okay. So anyhow, I find out she has me committed, paperwork, all that stuff, all wrote up before court to have me held without bail before the court even started. So she's even worse than I thought. I don't need two prosecuting attorneys. She's fired. Okay, she won't even see if it's against the law for them to hang up on me. It's 911 today. I'm up against the 911 operators, and I want them charged for hanging up on me if it's against the law.
Okay.
And I did not file any complaints that were what you call bogus or what do you call it? There's a name for it. False complaints. I haven't filed any false complaints. One of the last complaints I made was they killed my brother. The police. I just figured out recently. I go check and see if there's a 911 call an hour before he's dead, and they won't do it. They want me to do it myself and maybe do a bunch of runaround. I guarantee you, if I told you the theory, you go, yeah, they killed him.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Foltz.
You want to hear the 2-minute theory on how they killed him?
No, sir. That's not.
I swear to God, I can ramble on for days.
I know. That's all on the record for you today. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. So
one other thing is I don't mind going talking to the VA. I have general friends. I was even actually mad I couldn't go to the VA breakfast last Monday. If I could be on some kind of deal with mental health professionals from the VA and be on come and go or whatever. I'm actually held in a hospital. I don't have a problem with that.
All right. Thank you. All right. So let's get everybody back on mute so that I can make my oral ruling, please. Thank you. All right. So in this scenario, this is very strict procedure, everyone, that the court does have to follow. There are clear statutes. There is the clear procedure based on those statutes that has to go down this specific line of procedure. All right. So this was initially submitted for a competency evaluation. Mr. Foltz did comply with that evaluation, met with the doctors. The licensed forensic psychologist did file a report indicating that he does, while he understands a lot about what's going on clearly, there is some mental deficiencies that leads to the fact that he is, at least at this point, not competent to stand trial. So I will adopt those findings at this time. There's then, because of the nature of the case and the history, there is a request from the city to attempt restoration with some medications. Sounds like that has, been successful in the past. Maybe not the Haldol, but some other stuff. But that is going to be, that's the request. That is going to be the order of the court. Now, and I'm sorry, sister, are you Miss Foltz?
Yes.
Say your last name. Okay. So Ms. Foltz, I want him to go to the VA hospital as well. And I think Ms. Pimentel talked about that as well. But we're at a restoration phase and the VA doesn't do restoration. This is going to be a combination of the attempted restoration under this case and then ultimately at the VA. But I don't have the authority right now, even if I wanted to order him to the VA for restoration. They don't do it. I can't order him into treatment. Okay. And all I can do is sign a restoration attempt order and see where that goes. Ultimately, maybe, yes, then I can order, you got to go get some treatment and the VA is the best option for you. And that would be great. All right. I'm a huge fan of the VA hospital. I really am. Again, I'm just procedurally, I can't get there yet. Okay. We got to try this restoration first. That's what I'm ordering. Unfortunately, it has to be at Western State, and it will be at Western State. If he's good to go, we'll bring him back on the status. And then the court will proceed from there, again, procedurally. So I heard everything that everybody had to say. Again, I can't jump several sections ahead. I'm bound by this procedure that the legislatures have given us. Okay. Not asking you to understand. I'm just laying it out there because you might have some questions about why, the government's doing this or the judge is doing that. And it is all listed out in the statute. Okay. So I'm going to sign that order. Councils, do we have a return? I don't see it on the proposed order.
Typically, the clerk does fill that in, Your Honor.
They're saying it's you guys.
I mean, generally, I would ask for a date in, I would say, roughly 8 to 9 business days to ensure transport, and then we would need a date, obviously.
Then once the transport happens.
Correct.
Okay, so just setting his status hearing, see where he's at. Okay. Let's do this. Edit. Come on, there we go.
Maybe a status hearing for the 25th, Your Honor,
Yeah.
or the.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. At 9:30. So
Yes.
I'm not sure why it's not doing that. 09. There we go. Okay, so status hearing in 2 weeks to see where we're at, making sure that they're moving on the order as they're supposed to do once I sign this order. And we're going to go from there. Okay. Okay. So Ms. Foltz, we will, if you want to jump back on or come back in and be back on that status hearing, or just call in to see if we're going to have that status hearing on September 25th. Okay. If he's off to treatment and restoration attempts, then we would reset it to something and have him come back after that restoration attempt is done. And we'd let you know that as well. Okay.
Great.
Okay. And good luck to you. I understand the difficulties. I've been doing this long enough. I understand it's extremely difficult. So, okay, this is the next procedure. All right. Good luck, everyone. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Pivotal, next case, please.
Your Honor, while we're waiting for them to switch out, we can start addressing the non-transported. The first matter I believe to address is.
Oh, and we close with a 1-finger salute. I'm 3 for 3 today. I've done 3 cases. Every one of them involved a 1-finger salute. I hadn't seen that. Once he got rolling, I had to stay out of the way because that was action packed. That was action packed with stuff. It's weird. I think the court's got it right here. He's not fit to stand trial currently, but he doesn't seem that far off. It seems like I'm no expert in the field or whatever, but he seems like close to reality. Like you just tamp him down a little bit and he's fine. But at the moment, no, he needs something, medication or therapy or something. I don't know what. That's not what I do. But he is currently not fit to stand trial. That's for sure. All right. Thank you, Alyssa. Thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you all soon.